Today, we're going to talk about why are you here? Why are you where you at? And when you think of that and answer it with empowerment instead of disempowerment, your life transforms. And what appears to be magic fashion. Hey, Kathie Owen here, certified fitness trainer and mindset coach since 2002, teaching others how to transform their lives in magic fashion by stop mind screwing yourself out of your power. And today we're definitely talking about that because we're talking about why are you here, when you need to ask that question, and where your power comes from. So why are you here? And when do you ask that question? You ask that question often and come up with a powerful answer. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I work at OCuSOFT. I have for 8 years now. And when I started there knowing my why. I'm a corporate wellness director. They have a gym for their employees and I run that gym. However, there have been hurdles I have had to cover, and I've had to ask myself, why am I here, and come up with a very strong purpose, because the gym is flooded 3 times. 3 times. And not only that, they've constructed the gym, moved it up, lifted up the building 3 foot off the ground so that it doesn't flood again. And when they did that, we were out of the gym for a long time because then the slab got compromised and the building was not suitable for people to go inside. So more than likely in these 8 years I've been in the gym, I haven't been in there. I had to come up with a very strong why am I here? Once we got back into the gym, 1 week, just 7 days after we got back into the gym, they closed it down for COVID. And we just got back in there again in May of 2021. So I probably have been out of the gym more than I've been in the gym. What did I do? I made myself very resourceful because I love the job. I love the company what it stands for. And I had to go back to that many, many times because there were times, especially during COVID, I had to clean. They cleaned everything. That place was spotless. They didn't want any germs anywhere. And trust me, there were no germs anywhere in that building. OCuSOFT is a pharmaceutical company. They provide things to eye doctors for their health. They are an essential company. So we were open, even though on split shifts, we stayed open the whole time. I did things like temperature screenings. I did things like cleaning the stairs. I did things like running errands. I did things like running water samples to the manufacturing company way across town. But I did it with a smile. And I always remembered why I am there. So to come up with a very powerful why that's going to help you in times like this, you want to realize it's like a relationship. And I've talked about this before. The infatuation goes straight up to the top. And I'm going to put the graph right here so you can look at it. So infatuation goes straight up to the top. Love, on the other hand, has peaks and valleys, and comes down. In every aspect of life, you're going to have shadows. You're going to have bad things that happen. You're going to have issues that you don't like. You're going to have relationships that don't work out the way they want to. The reason why I'm bringing up this situation of infatuation and love, you think of when you first fall in love with somebody. And you see that graph, how it has the peaks and valleys. And that is super important to pay attention to because those little peaks and valleys are the shadows that we run into. Everybody has a shadow and it comes out in their personality, but you do not see it at first. When you're infatuated, it goes straight up to the top. It's the same thing with your job. or whatever you're doing, whatever goals you have. But if you start to think from a place of power, it makes your why you are there a lot more important. Go back to the day you got that job. It could be a year ago. It could be 8 months ago. It could be 8 years ago. Remember when your first day at work, you were thinking, or when you were in the interviews, you were thinking, oh my gosh, I want this job so bad. I really want this. I see so much potential in it. Okay, you get in there. That's infatuation right there. It leads up right up to the top. You get in there and you start to encounter problems, maybe on day one. But you've got to remember why you were infatuated in the first place, for that's what makes love last. You're going to hit the peaks and valleys. You're going to have things that are great, things that are bad, and things that are relationships that just don't work. You're working with other people and it's a family. Especially at OCuSOFT, we are like a family. You're going to have problems, you're going to have arguments, but you've got to remember why you are there in the first place. Remember that infatuation. So COVID hit. And what happened? I got placed in operations. I had to do temperature screenings for probably about 2 months. And then I got switched into operations, which was kind of overwhelming to me because I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do now? I'm gonna have to clean toilets or whatever. And I did it. I did it with a smile on my face. I did it with helping my other team members. I did it even though I may not have liked it, even though it wasn't my passion. But when I would go into a situation that maybe I thought I didn't like, I would find things to like about it. It's just like when you're in a relationship and you hit those peaks and valleys and you get the shadow of the person. You've got to remember why you were there in the first place. That infatuation, fun thing. And I knew I wasn't going to be there forever, but I made the best of what I had. I got to know people on my team that I wouldn't have gotten to know otherwise. And it was really phenomenal. For example, one of the girls that I work with, that when I was told I was going into operations, she gets her little, I want to call it power thing. It's like, it's almost like she treats everybody like her kids. And she's like, oh God, now I get to be over Kathie. And that kind of ran through my mind. But at the same time, it was funny because I went in there and I'm like, what can I do? How can I help you? What do you need? What do you need? I may not have liked it, honestly, but things shifted when I had that powerful self talk. What shifted? I became really close with this person. She became my work wife practically because we were together all the time. And I noticed cute things about her personality that just made me, fall in love. It was just fun. It made work fun. Was I doing what I was passionate about? No, I wasn't in the gym, but I was passionate about what I was doing. Does that make sense? So fast forward to March 2021. The owner of the company comes to me and goes, Kathie, we're opening the gym back up at the beginning of May. I thought, yeah, to myself, I thought, yeah, but I knew it was going to happen eventually. And the gym did open back up. And so when I started training, I felt like myself again. It was weird. It was like almost right back into that zone. But I had that zone where I was. And that's what Stop the Mind Screw teaches. It teaches you to find your skill where the challenge meets. It was a challenge for me to go back and digress basically and come down to earth. But I constantly was asking myself, why am I here? Why am I here? I'm being put here for a reason. And I'm still here. I still have a job. I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful. I made myself resourceful. I hit those valleys, those going down into the lows, but I made the best of them. And eventually they came up, just like with love. Real love lasts forever. Real love is going to level out with those valleys, when you find challenge and skill meeting each other, when you get in flow in your job. So at OCuSOFT, let's go back to December of 2020. We have a septic system in our company, and it gets stopped up. So we had to get plumbers to come out here and go down in the shit. Sorry for the bad word. These plumbers had to go down in the septic system and find what was stopping it up, what was making this little red light go off. It turned out people were flushing little bitty liquor bottles down in there. Plastic bags like you get at the grocery store. They were flushing this stuff down the toilets. And we know it's an inside job because we are a pharmaceutical company and you have to have security access to get into the building. It's like, why are you here? Why are you doing that? That's so disrespectful. It just blows my mind, because not only did it happen in January, we made an announcement, we told everybody to quit doing this, and it happened again just last month. They found it again. And so if they're still doing this, who's doing that? Why are they there? Why do they feel so entitled to flash stuff like that down the toilet? Not only did they find those liquor bottles, they found pregnancy tests. Who does a pregnancy test at work? Who does that and why? What's the impact on your mindset at work if you find out you're pregnant and you didn't want to be? Or if you find out you're not pregnant and you wanted to be? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't think like that. That mindset right there is not powerful. It's very disempowering, and it's very obvious somebody has the wrong mindset. So we need to find out, why are you here? And when you know that, you come from a different place. And that place is a lot more powerful than when you wake up in the morning and go, oh, I got to go to work today. Where's your power when you think like that? Change the words that you're using. I did a video on that not too long ago. When you say I have to go to work instead of I get to go to work, or it's going to be a bad day instead of waking up and saying it's going to be a great day. That's where your mind shift is. We talk to ourselves more than we talk to anybody else. And James Allen, in his book, As a Man Thinketh, he says our inner conversations. By your word, you are justified or condemned. By your word, you are justified or condemned. So if you wake up in the morning and say, I have to go to work today, you're condemned. But if you get up in the morning and you say, I get to go to work today, it's going to be a great day, you are justified. That's where your power lies. That is where your power lies. That's why I teach that. That's all Stop the Mind Screw is teaching you where your power is. It's not toxic positivity. It's not trying to trick your brain into thinking this. It's about a mindset shift. And when you shift your mindset, everything else goes in magic fashion. All right, that's my video for today. I hope you liked it. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that little bell and share it with somebody who maybe could benefit from this. Maybe the person who's flushing that crap down the toilet. All right, until next time, I'll see you next time. Peace out and namaste.